Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know it's been a while since I've been on this channel, but I wanted to pop on really quickly and share something that I did a little differently on a recent road trip that we had taken to Ann Arbor, Michigan. So this year I've been using these traveler's inserts, travel notebook inserts that I created on my own, kind of a junk journal-y style. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. And as you can see, this is my volume 3 for 2018. Now, I do all kinds of things in here, and I'll do a flip at some point when I'm done. But what I wanted to get to was the actual trip itself to visit family. Now, usually what I do, and if you look at my channel, you'll see my travel videos, and I do them all the same way. I do a bit of prep work ahead of time, and then I basically journal 90–95% of my trip while I'm on the trip, and then I come back and do some last minute additions, add some washi or maybe some stamping, and add photos. I do all my photos when I get back home. I don't print while I'm on the road. This time though, I did something really different. I, for some reason, just did not get to journaling a single day in this journal. I definitely journaled in my bullet journal, and there's a link to this on my website if you want to take a look at it, and my morning pages in my composition notebooks. So these two things are something that I did every single day, but for some reason, in terms of putting it into more of a visual journal with kind of some of the highlights of the events of the days, I just didn't get to. Now, what I ended up doing then is, it was a 10-day trip. I came home, and what I did was decide to knock off all 10 pages very, very quickly. So what you see here, every single thing that you will see in this particular flip uses ephemera I picked up along the trip. So, everywhere you travel, there are tons of catalogs, things that you can find on the road, and every piece of artwork that's not a stamp is something that I found on the road. So what I did was actually work these 10 pages in a kind of, process, step-by-step way. So for example, the first thing I did was actually add all the ephemera. So, right, so here's a perfect example. I just added all the pieces of art or ephemera that I snipped out of these give me catalogs, free catalogs I found along the way. So put them all in, then I went back and I decided to stamp the day and the date. I did all of that for all the pages. Then I went back, added some writing and some stamping. So I did it in 3 distinct steps, and pretty much, with the exception of one page and maybe coloring in this and adding photos, I'm done. So I came back from the trip. The day after the trip, I cut up and added all the pieces of ephemera or images, and then the next day I went through and did my stamping and writing. So what I'm waiting for now is to actually print the pictures and then just finish up one of these pages, and it's done. So that's another way of doing it. Sometimes it just doesn't work to journal while you're on a trip. In this particular case, that's what's true for me. And this is what I did. So I just wanted to quickly show the pages. So as you can see, I just throw on a bunch of stuff. Because I was doing this kind of back at home, I didn't do as much sketching on site as I normally do. But, it's kind of fun to just see what you can create without, so something's going to go here, probably a photo. Just what you can create without costing anything. Essentially, the notebook was done, right? I traveled with the notebook, but the paper is from my stash. It's a handmade, hand-bound journal, which is very easy to do, or insert that's very easy to do. And then everything else, all the artwork that you see here, is essentially free. So either a sketch or pictures are going to go there. I'm sure something's going to go here. I'm not sure what yet. This particular thing came from a grocery to-do list that we use, so just threw that on. And so here's the page that I'm not done yet. So I'm not done with my Tuesday writing even though this, you can kind of see exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the prep steps I did. I came through and added all the, you know, the artwork that I wanted to add, or the ephemera that I cut out. These particular stamps, and you'll see them throughout the journal, they come from Ali Edwards, and I had this in my stash already, so I just plopped that down. Then I went through and put the date, the day and the date, and then the writing and any stamping will occur next. And here was the final day of the trip. And, you know, again, just there it is. That's it. So if in fact you get to a place where for some reason you are not able to do the actual trip journaling while on the trip, don't despair. We've all been there. Sometimes it just doesn't work. An easy way to add the text, if you've kept notes, and again, it can be bullet notes somewhere else in terms of what you did on the trip, you come back and add that in later. Add the ephemera you picked up along the way, because we all pick up this ephemera along the way, and then print your photos and add them in later. There's my tip for the day. Easy way to journal post-trip, just in case you don't get to doing it while you're away. I hope you found something useful in this one. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you soon. Bye.